Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to another video. Rush SRT back at it again with another video. As you guys can see, the Canadian flag's behind me. Today we are in Canada. This marks the first official day being on Canadian ground and feeling this Canadian cold, man. It is no joke being here in January. So I told you guys I would have something special for the trip, and well, I wanted to introduce you for my ride for the next week. I picked up this beautiful 2018 Dodge Charger SRT 392. Black on black on black, baby. Check this beauty out. Man, this is exactly how I would get a Charger if I was to get one. You know, that 392, so you get, you know, that 6.4 liter naturally aspirated engine. Beautiful 6-piston Brembo brakes on the front, 4 in the back. And those gorgeous wheels that I absolutely love, which are the Hellcat 5-spoke wheels. This thing has every possible option you can think of, including the adaptive cruise control, the sunroof, and if we take a look inside the interior real fast, you will see that it has the red seat belts and full leather interior. So the reason I decided to go ahead and get a Charger for the week is because I have a Challenger at home, and one of the more popular questions I get on the channel is, Rush, why didn't you get a Charger? Why'd you get the Challenger? And well, honestly, at the time I really didn't know too much about Chargers, so I didn't feel comfortable just jumping into it. I knew more about Challengers and, you know, the Hellcat and all that kind of stuff, so I just ended up going with that. But after I got into the Challenger, I realized that I really like the Charger. I mean, this is an awesome car, whichever way you put it. So it's very aggressive looking, and obviously they changed them a lot more than they did the Challengers. So you can tell when a new Charger is rolling up versus the Challengers. They kind of have a similar look for a while now. So my plans are, over the next week, I'm gonna drive this car, put it through its paces, and, you know, put a couple hundred kilometers on it, because that is the official way of measuring things here. They go by kilometers and not miles like we do. So I'm gonna go ahead and report back to you guys at the end of this trip my final verdict and thoughts on the way the cars are, the Challenger versus a Charger. So this trip should be very interesting. I'm super excited. Obviously cars react differently to the cold, and this is a prime example of that. The Hemi is I'm not sure if it likes the cold or if it doesn't, but definitely when it's first started up, it's not the biggest fan of the cold, but afterwards when it warms up, it tends to operate rather well. So I'm at this beautiful location here. As you can see, the Canadian flags just waving in the air, and this is Mississauga, a place where I actually grew up. So this is like a kind of reminds me of my childhood, really. I used to come to the small lot, which I'm filming in front of right now, and you can tell a lot of other car enthusiasts have been here as well, from all the tire marks that are left behind. So I'm gonna try to be posting regularly moving forward, so I should have a video up every single day. It's gonna be a little difficult while we're in Canada, because there's obviously not like too much car content that we can make, especially in like -2-degree weather, which is the current state the weather is at right now. So it's really cold. I can't feel my ears. They're freezing up right now. But I'm gonna try to do it for you guys. So please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button, subscribe to the channel as I try to get more awesome content for you guys. And yeah, let's go ahead and take a better look at the Charger, tell you a little more about it and how I ended up getting it. Okay, I'm gonna turn that heater down so we can have a talk about how I ended up getting this car. Whew. Man, I don't think you guys understand how cold it is outside, but my fingers are freezing. I gotta hold them up next to the heater here. Look like they've lost color, they're like so pink. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into how I ended up getting this Charger 392, or the Charger SRT. So every year I come to Canada to take care of some business, to, you know, catch up with some friends, and I always come during the winter time because that just has been like the schedule that works out for me. And you know, I spend a week and I go back. So this year I decided that I want to do things a little different, now having the YouTube channel, creating car content is really important to me. I decided that I didn't want to rent like a regular car from like Hertz, Enterprise, all those companies, because they don't rent these kind of cars out. You're not going to find an SRT at Hertz unless you go to like the exotic division, but usually they don't have they don't let you pick and choose. It's whatever they have, right? So there's actually a really cool app called Turo that I have personally used over the years, and I've even rented my daily out several times. So it's a great way to make kind of a little bit of side money, and a great way to, you know, if you have a car or you couple cars like myself, then you don't always want them sitting around and just make payments on them. So you can kind of put them up. And the daily for me is just, it's a daily, so I didn't really mind renting it to tourists or people that are coming into town. So what ended up happening is that once I was here, I decided, hey, why don't I check out the app, see if there's like anything that I would be interested in driving and trying out. And lo and behold, I found this beautiful charger. It's really nice. The owner is a really chill guy. A bit on the pricier side because Canadian prices are kind of high. And if you're under 25, they charge you like a young driver's fee, which I am. So I ended up paying all those fees. So to rent this car out for the week, it was closer, or not even the week, it was like 4 or 5 days is my total rental for like $717 Canadian. So it's like $500 US, or a little more actually. But that's okay, because I'm making content from it and I get to experience it, which is something I really wanted to do. And yeah, so that's how I ended up getting into the Charger. I was gonna get a Jeep SRT to try it out, but actually a buddy of mine that lives here actually has one, so we'll try his out. So that's the cool part. So I get to experience more than one car while I'm here, which is really cool. And kind of see how these cars perform during like the Canadian winters, because cars are a little different here, and especially when I picked this one up, started driving it, I felt it was a little different. It's not like my SRT. First of all, it wasn't like fully warmed up when I first got into it this morning, so it didn't feel like it was, you know, ready to get up and go. So I had to kind of let it warm up and do its thing before I can really kind of get on it. But Chargers do drive differently than Challengers, that's for sure. I've heard that a couple times before, but I'm like, how different could they drive? They actually drive pretty different. So that's something to keep in mind. But I don't want to give you my full thoughts on it just yet, because I haven't really spent too much time behind the wheel. So sorry. So as I spend more time behind the wheel, I get to know the car a little better. I'll be able to give you guys more insight. But as of right now, I'm really digging it. It's a cool car, and the fact that it's so spacious in here is really awesome. Not that the Challenger is small, but just having all that extra space in the back is pretty cool. So that's how I ended up in this beautiful 2018 Charger SRT 392. If you are interested in checking out Turo, then I'm going to leave a link down below. Maybe if you're on your next trip, or if there's a car that you're looking to buy, maybe before you buy it, you want to try it out. That's actually a really smart thing to do, and I've done that in the past with other vehicles like the Mercedes, BMW. So it's definitely a very cool thing. You know, you'll meet a cool owner, someone that already has a car, you get to spend a week with it, and you definitely kind of narrow it down whether you like the car or not. Because the dealership test drives aren't all that great, because first of all, you're like overly excited because you want to buy the car. The salesman's trying to sell you the car, so obviously they're going to be biased. But having the car to yourself, to go out and drive on the freeway, drive in the city, really experience it full on, helps you narrow it down whether you want to have this car or you don't. So, you know, after driving this car, I'm going to have to come to a conclusion whether I like Chargers or I don't. And that's going to be based off my personal opinion, my personal time, and all the miles I put on this car. So I definitely highly recommend it if you are shopping for a car. Check out this app, see if that car is listed, and maybe try it out for a week before you make that big purchase and you're stuck with a car maybe that you don't like or you don't enjoy driving for whatever reason. So yeah, those are my 2 cents on the Turo app. It's been a cool app to me. I'm not getting paid to say this. It's not a sponsorship of any sort. I just wanted to explain to you guys how I ended up in this car, because I know there's going to be a lot of questions. How did you go to Canada and just get an SRT? So that's how it was done. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. My name is Rush, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.